Welcome to Build Tray 28, and lucky you, I remembered to grab the camera. I'm just heading out to get to work, and it's like, oops, I better open up the vlog. People are going to be curious, I hope, what's going on. We got some accomplishments made on my side and on the wife's side, though on my side, I did not get as far as I wanted to. I never made it to the witches display. Wife got in here, and I tried to show this yesterday. I don't know how good the footage was, so you're getting a repeat. We got all the cobwebbing done in this display. I am going to be making a change, I hope. I might do this light here is one of my UV spots. I'm going to take it out, put a green light in, and shine it down on the spider, I think, provided I have time. The idea is to get everything wired into their displays first and then come back and do touch-ups. This one's going to be the same way. I'm going to take that one out and aim it down at the spider. Put a green in there, because the spiders need to be cobwebbed, or not cobwebbed, highlighted. And then I got the same problem in here. And God, I like that tunnel effect she got in right there. God, she is so good at this. But we've got all the cobwebbing and stuff down in here, and we noticed a small problem. We have a burlap skirting we put around the base of the mech, and the wife normally does that. She forgot. So I've got the fence panel loose, and she's going to go in a little bit later and get the skirting on the mech. I'm letting her do it, because if I do it, all this beautiful cobwebbing she's done is going to be for nothing. But what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to take that UV out, and I'm going to put a green spot in there too and have it highlighting the spider. At least that's on the docket for probably Tuesday morning, because I ain't going to have time before then. In here we got the clown hall 100% up and operational. And over here in the mirror display, it's about 98% complete. We got all the LEDs in, and I was able to come in and get the green LEDs aimed last night. But I did not hook it up to regular power, and we did not do a night check on it. So I still need to come in, get all the photos fine-tuned. Not all the photos, but all the light boxes. And we're probably going to have to reprogram the Scooby-Doo board as well in here. When I was messing with it yesterday, I got the lights flickering. They're supposed to alternate from green to red to green to red, back and forth when the board trips, and then trip the mirror. I think I waited too long on tripping the mirror. And by the time the mirror trips, people are going to be out of the booth. So I'm going to need to shorten up. I got to work on my timing on that one. We also got in over here in the pirate area, and all the LEDs are up. I have not ran it with electricity, so you had the flame pots, the light on the wheel back there, and the LEDs running at the same time. Haven't done any of that yet. Did fine-tune this guy a little bit last night. I have two other chores I need to do, which are supposed to be fairly quick things to do. And one of them is the fog machine back there. I gotta get into position, hooked up to power, and hooked up to the Scooby-Doo board. And then I need to reprogram the Scooby-Doo board. And then, third thing, I gotta get hay in here. Reprogramming the Scooby-Doo board and hooking up the fogger should be real quick and easy. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. You never know these days. But we're going to start there. The witch display, I didn't get anything done in the witches display at all yesterday. No lighting, no nothing. I'm not sure if I'm going to progress after I get done with the pirate right into doing the witch, or hopping over into the blacklight room, because the ponds have to be filled today, and I've got some wiring I need to do over there before I can get anything done in there. So I'm going to put this camera down. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm out here early. I haven't been getting out here till almost 11 and then working till 11 o'clock at night. So I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to get busy on the pirate display, get that one finished off, because the wife has some fine tuning she needs to do in there as well. Then I can kind of lock the gate up, so to speak. So here we go. Well, we got the Witch finished, Pirates finished, and we reprogrammed the Scooby-Doo board in the mirror, or not mirror, but photo gallery. And I was just getting ready to go get the hay to put down in the Witch's display, and things are a little wet. Started raining, and I figured this is a good time, Scuba. If you're seeing this, I am testing one of your boards. I got one board right there on the bush in its container. That's the one for the clown hall. It's getting a little wet. Let's see how water resistant it is. Am I going to need to buy a new board from you when this is all said and done? We'll find out. You might be 75 bucks richer by the end of this vlog. Okay, we're in the blacklight room. You can tell it's a little darker. Of course, the clouds out there in the rain ain't helping. Time to get started in here and get this, for the most part, finished off. We got several things we need to do before I can start putting water in the ponds. One over there on the lip, and we'll try to zoom in on it. That right there. That's my regulator and valve for that water blaster. I've got another one there down beside the skelly. Those take low voltage to run. I got to run the low voltage lines, which means I need to get out into the ponds in order to do it. I don't feel like waiting. Also got two speakers. I've got one that's going against the wall there on those 2x10s, and I've got another one going in behind Clifford. Again, I gotta get them in there, get them wired. I don't feel like waiting. So we're gonna get that done. All the wiring for both the speakers and my valve system for the water blasters are going to that, the water wall in the back. There's a dry section, that's where the scuba board is going. So we gotta run all the wires back there, get the scuba board hooked up, get the sensor hooked up, and then go from there. So it'll be real interesting. Once all that's done, I should be able to get all my hoses out. It's going to take 3 or 4 of them, because the only water tap I can get a hold of now, since the one on the front of the house is all blocked off with the Pirate display, is on the back of the house, which means I need to run a hose from the blacklight room out through the Gypsy, out through the chain hall, in through the entrance to the graveyard, down past the spiders, all the way down the driveway and around to the back of the house. It's going to be fun running hoses. That is going to be a little bit later. Right now, I need to get the speakers and those valves and the Scooby-Doo board all in, mounted, and ready to go. Then I can clear things out of here and we can start messing with the water and the dye. Dye is real easy, and I'll go over what dye I'm using and give credit to where credit's due on the dye when we get to that point. Hey guys, kind of a strobing good time. We're process of doing light checks. We just got all the lights aimed and stuff in the photo hall. Red ones, green ones, the light boxes. Oh, interesting. It's picking up noise and flickering. I like that. Okay, it's set to the microphone. And we got the bat. Then you come around here and see the lights flash. Interesting. I like that. And candles. I still gotta get batteries in the skull yet, but loudmouth is working just fine. Now we ran into a problem. I was gonna hook up the electricity. I plugged the electricity in. I kept blowing the breaker for the Pirate, the Witch, Fred, and the torture chamber. Problem was we had rain today. One of the outlets got wet or is sitting in water, so it's tripping the GFI circuit. So I cannot turn the AC on. I'm gonna have to go through and fix that tomorrow. But we did get the LEDs up in here. And I'm not sure how any of this is coming out. I'm using the old camera, not the good one. And you'll get a walkthrough with the good camera eventually. There's Witchy Poo. And we got the table. Now I've got two LEDs mounted on the corner back there, which you really can't see with this camera. They're supposed to be pointing down to the potion chest. I need to get in there and re-aim those yet. I didn't have my drill handy. I do now. And I'll check that in a little bit. Now Fred here is, and I know you're not, all you're seeing is dark. You might be able to see the bricks up there. But he's totally done. Bubble tubes are filled with water. We got hay in there. So he's totally done. I have not done a damn thing with the torture chamber. I've just been bouncing around too much. Yeah. Does this seem to be glowing to you at all? A little? Probably needs more pills. We tried some of those dye test tablets that Diablo recommended. And this does not look like it's glowing a lot. Except wherever the pills were. Now this one we did the same thing, and this one is glowing somewhat. So I'm thinking I need more tablets in that pill, in that one. And I've got 4 bottles of the damn thing, so I can overload it if need be. I think I'm going to. But I've been working on the blacklight room, getting the water in the ponds. Like I said, we got Fred done, we got the witch done, we finished up on the pirate display today, so we haven't been doing too bad. My pretty lady's been out here having fun too, so off and on all day. So just wanted to kind of show you where we're at. Well, end of the day wrap up. Interesting day. We got the pirate finished off, got the witch done, got Fred's display done. We got the ponds filled. And then we started running into a few problems. The tablets I'm using was a recommendation from Diablo. And the boy knows his stuff. They kind of work good, they kind of don't. There is so much water in my pond, especially my big pond. The water's diluting the tablets down, so the water doesn't want to glow. My smallest pond, I put, I think, like 12 to 14 tablets in. That one's glowing nicely. I think I need a higher concentration of the tablets. The test dye tablets in the bigger pond is the problem. So I've got 4 bottles of the stuff. I think I'm going to dump half a bottle into that big pond, and as the pump's circulating the water, it should be okay. The medium-sized pond, yeah, I could use a little bit more too, and then the pump could circulate the water, so that's no problem. A couple of the problems that we do have on the water wall, the fountain. Had a problem with the new pump. It's such a high-powered pump. It's blowing the seam on the nipple on the back of the fountain where the hose hook's on, and I've got a small leak there. It's not near as bad as it was. When I first made it, it was pretty noticeable. Now it's a mist or a little stream. It's not enough to empty it might be enough to empty the pond in one day if I don't fix it. It's definitely going to get people wet, and I don't think people are going to enjoy it. So I am going to have to make some sort of shield or guard or something to go over the pipe right there in that area, so it will block the water. It's going to look a little wonky up there, but at least I'll be able to use the fountain. So that's going to be first order of business tomorrow, is getting that fixed so I can turn the pumps back on. My leering skeleton in a toxic barrel, also supposed to be a fountain. And I goofed up on that one. I left a lot of the hose sticking out so I could trim it back. The hose that the water was coming out of. I went and cut the hose, lost grip on the part that I was supposed to be holding on to, and the hose fell out of the skeleton. It's now sitting down along the back wall in the pond, thank God, so it's not pumping water out. But in order to fix it, I'm going to have to go wading. And I'm bound and determined this year I'm not going wading in those ponds. So it's just going to be a leering skeleton minus the fountain this year. I'm getting tired. I don't care. But we got that. Let's see what else. Oh, the attack spider, the big guy. We were noticing tonight the spider was coming on. His eyes were coming on, and his legs were moving, but he wasn't lunging forward. And that's a pneumatic cylinder in there. So I got in there, started playing around with it. Noticed the regulator, and it was a Harbor Freight regulator that I had, was plugged. It was getting air in, it just wasn't letting the air out. So I replaced the regulator. Put it back together, and she still wasn't lunging. And I got to looking at the solenoid for it. The solenoid, where the wire attaches into the solenoid, has a little red LED light that comes on when power's on to the solenoid. That little red light isn't coming on. So I need to get in there with a Phillips screwdriver, take that apart. I think one of the contacts came loose in there. And I'm hoping that's it. If not, I've got a bad solenoid. And in which case, the thing ain't going to be lunging this year. So I've got some stuff on the docket. First order of business, though, tomorrow is going to be to get that shield on the water wall, so we can at least plug those pumps in and get the water circulating. Then we're going to be moving over to the torture, and we've got gypsy display and the chain haul. Chain haul is the easiest out of the three. It's just lights. There's no Scooby-Boo boards in that at all. The trying to think here. The torture chamber and both torture and gypsy both have a Scooby-Boo board, so those are going to take some time. Now we're going to do mix it up a little bit tomorrow. What we're going to do is I'm going to do the repair on the water wall, and then we're going to get started on the torture, and then move over into the gypsy, like I just said. Difference being is at dinner time. Is after dinner, no more working on displays. I'm going to get the black plastic out. I've got a curtain here that needs to go in, a curtain there, you know, separate each of the displays. I need a black curtain. I have to start getting those curtains in tomorrow night. And then hopefully we'll get the whole haunt done or close to it. And then Tuesday I could come out here, finish the black plastic. We'll get the last of the displays done, which will probably just be the chain haul, and that won't take long because there's 5 lights in there. That's it. Just a matter of running the wire out to it. And then we can go around and start doing repairs, like on the lunging skeleton, lunging spider. I got the lights I wanted to, you know. There's little kinks and twists and stuff in here I need to get fixed yet, and I need a good day to do it. So, and I'm not going to get that good day, not with VIP night being on the 27th, which is Tuesday. So it's going to be interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go in, get this thing edited, start getting it uploaded, and I'm going to go soak in a hot shower. It's about 48 degrees out here again, and it's wet, so I am freezing. So I'm going in. Stay spooky. Stay toxic.